Hmm. Okay, back into some PathFinder. Hmm. Think sounds fine. Yeah. Got to move to the next one.
Well,
Heal first. Cellar. These people. Yeah.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Use a shovel. Oh, it's another rape. Deal with.
While the survivors wander the dungeons, the battle on the surface rages on. The warriors of Canabris are trying to defend the Wardstone, but their strength is flagging. Their resistance is valiant, yet it will all be in vain if no one rises up to turn the tide.
Beautiful. Let's see what we can do. Here we go.
I thought before you were with a dominates golden sword is clearly exhausted. She obviously hasn't gotten much sleep over the last few days. There's soot on her face, fresh blood on her sword. Her hazel eyes are hard and focused, and her firm voice sounds accustomed to giving orders. She sizes you up, surprised, judging whether you are friend or foe, and opens her mouth to ask you something, but freezes when she spots Olivier.
By the goddess, Nevi, I'd almost lost all hope.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. I'm here. This here's a new friend. He rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without him, we'd never have made it out. Let me introduce you to my wife, Arabeth Tirabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabris. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Anevia out of there. Very good. Report to me in full when we get back to the Defender's Heart. It's our temporary headquarters. Right now, the most dangerous cultists are here. The ones occupying the Grey Garrison. The Grey Garrison. Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders, but it's now been taken over by cultists.
What is the target of this battle?
When the demons attacked the city, their main target was the Wardstone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Wardstone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabris will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world. I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
You mentioned Mongols who live beneath Cadabras. Is this land?
Most people in Canabris think that the children of the first Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, but the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
Come on, living legend? A walking folktale, maybe? I just need to make sure I don't turn into a running joke.
What's the situation in the city?
The city's gone. Most of the defenders, including the Dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours. The civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
Don't talk like that. Canabres hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
Sweet words don't change the grim truth.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Canabris.
We have the Wardstone. Why is it so important?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the Celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabris Obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
How did the Wardstone end up in Grey Garrison?
The demons have long laid siege to Canabris, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the Wardstone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost, yet. Dascari has gone, but the Wardstone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
But how did he do that? He's a demon! The Wardstone should have burned his filthy hide!
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why.
Let's not waste any time to battle.
That's the spirit! You, take a Navia to the rear. The rest of you with me.
That stupid locust. I'm not prepared for this.
Lord Horgus Worm, forgive me. I did not realize we had civilians among us. My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Canabris can be said to be safe right now.
That's right. Fighting spirit is the one thing that we've got plenty of. Actual fighting power, that's not so great. Fighting know-how, even worse. But fighting spirit, at least we're rich in that.
For Iomedae! For the Queen! Kill the beast!
The last one for me.
You know, I'm gonna get serious the other way. Okay, what's this? Did your mission, you know, that garrison. Great garrison. Alright. What was this way? That was locked. Yeah, this other way. Just do a bit magic.
I hope you appreciate this.
Upstairs. I know you. You're one of the crew cultists. How's it going, pal? I want you to join. We'll be dead soon, but we'll just be alive. On leave those losers. We are the Crusaders. And soon, when the demons will rule the whole world. And recruit us. Okay, he went. Straight. Alright. Okay, you get this way. Hope so.
I got this. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll cut you wide open.
No glory without grace!
Damn you!
Lead on!
Beautiful. Let's see what we can do.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh! What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
Margo. You again, you wench!
Minago, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Canabris. She must be back to finish what she started.
Hey, demon, what's wrong with your face?
Oh, how rude. You're one to talk, mortal, with a face that even a mother would loathe. Staunton, sweetie. You're not going to let your friends speak to me like that, are you?
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Dresden fell.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will, you said this. And now you claim that Dresden fell because of me. No, no, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you! Yeah!
Crimson!
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Unholy symbol of Discovery. Demon Lord who attacked Cadabras on inhuman blood. Symbol. Okay. Wardstone. As soon as you step into the chamber, your vision seems to darken and your knees buckle. You struggle to keep your balance. The air in here is laden with the power coming from the stone. Suddenly, your head is filled with voices screaming, whispers, crackling, threatening, voices pleading for help, shrieking, curses, and taunts. You blink and the illusion passes.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it. Your precious ward stone. Well, what are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand, but wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
Sounds terrifying. Except that's how we've been living for generations.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious ward stone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more, and boom. Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Nerusian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves. So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof. Pledge your loyalty to Baphomet. And when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
Shut your filthy mouth, scum.
Make me. One of the sweetest spoils of war is gloating over your broken and humiliated enemy. You want to deny me that pleasure?
Dialogue options for 6 months, mythical cards. Again, occasionally encounter colored option. Marked as. They're not colored. Mythical patterns and all dialogue branches that embody the spirit of particular. These options must be selected in order to gain the opportunities set out the corresponding mythical path. Once your mythical path is set, unique alternatives inaccessible to other mythical paths will become available to you. Yeah. I won't go to either one.
Well, quite what am I doing to it? Probably the same thing I did to many of your comrades. Sweetly and tenderly persuading it to abandon the mortals and join our side.
Prepare to fight to the death, demon! We won't let that happen.
Who are you?
You've already forgotten me. You mortals have awfully short memories. Even shorter than your little lives. Staunton, sweetums. Don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minago, Lily too, and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. The city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades. All the people they've killed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
You magically feel fury swell within you. I dare this demon smirch the ground to this beautiful world, where it was a world created by the gods and cultivated by mortals and peace. How dare they betray all that is scattered in this world and join the forces of the foulest evil? Can they repent and redeem themselves, or have they followed the path of evil past the point of no return? The waystone seems to sense the thoughts, and the chamber glows slightly brighter. Okay. This. Going the holy flames eruption your hand, so it's broken and brighter until it floods the chamber. You hear the voices again, stronger now. They repeat your words like a chorus of angels, informed of.
Hey, no eyes! Didn't you tell us that heaven had turned its back on us and no one would come to our aid?
Don't listen to her. The team wants us to lose hope. She won't succeed.
I'm done with this shit! I only followed this hoofed menace because I thought the Crusaders had it, and there was no other way to protect my family. But now I see that there is hope. I won't bow before these heinous idols ever again. If they kill me, at least I'll die a decent death.
Yes! Return to our side, friends! Have courage! We will welcome you back. And heaven never abandoned you, no matter what this deceiver told you.
Turncoat, I'll cut out your heart.
We'll see how tough you really are. We let you frighten us once, but it won't happen again.
Yet another obstacle.
You got two of them. To our side. Yeah.
The light!
The spirits demand
Take
your blood!
you.
Okay, now he's there. Dodge attack didn't work. Huh?
This'll leave a bruise.
Why aren't you moving? Get out of the way, mate.
You won't survive me.
What is in the way? Those recruiters.
Just sit here. Don't worry about me.
Endure this! Make every strike count.
Still. He was trying to get in. Maybe that'll do. What the?
Are you still here?
Got no health left.
Getting my ass kicked.
I'm tired of playing around now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the Ward Stone? Here's a little demonstration.
I wasn't allowed to win that fight, obviously. And the demons whisper a spell. And a wave of darkness sweeps through the chamber. The companions wince in a pain. It's nothing compared to what you feel. Thousands of voices once again burst to the mind, draining you in their minds, screaming and sobs, pain walks through your skull. A good option. Evil spells won't stop a righteous army. Evil selection. You'll pay for this demon scum. You will pay dearly. The good option, I guess. Chaotic good, so.
Iomade is with us!
Yes. Keep telling yourself that.
Roar of voices blowing us through an unbreakable wall of screaming. The vision goes dark. So, what's noisy? You have scrolls falsified. Blah, blah, blah.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long, I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
What happened?
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
Found a cultist dispatch in the dungeon. It seems they are holed up in the tower of Esther.
Demons have been filling Canobras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
What is the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
What's he plan to do next?
You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Ward Stone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canobras, but every city with a Ward Stone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
Tell me about the Ward Stone. Why is it so important?
The Ward Stones are a gift of Iomade. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the Celestial armies. The Ward Stones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canobras Obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
First one to be placed, eh? First one sabotaged or destroyed. Can I help you in any way?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the Ward Stone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone.
Old Storyteller.
Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the Prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use. And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabris, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
Everything is
May the
clear.
goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Canabris still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault.
My horse is indoors, so you.
Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Inevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
Horse is big, so 700 gin. Yeah. Who told you that? Don't you listen to it. Alright, I leveled up. Wait. Personal chest. Oh. Ooh, items. I'm gonna sell everything I have.
What's going on here?
Level up first, I think. Hopefully. There you go. Vision. The perception is getting on my horse, I think. Do you want blind fight? Defense. Done. Hard to kill when your hit points below zero, but you are not killed, you fight one around as if disabled. At the end of the next time run out, sport above zero, turning you feel unconscious. You Mounted combat. I think I already have counter stuff. I push it. Graceful.
Here we go again.
Yeah, but now. That'll work.
Guess I'm done with spells for tonight. Should I?
Anyway, mind if I bend your ear about something? Olivia is outside, dueling casually against a shelf. So here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a critical mission, I get that, and I know you get the job done, I swear. Saw you in action. Here's rub. By sending you out on an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. You want me to say you got the top? You what? No. The task is far too important. You can't just hold up here, cozy like waiting for the demons to knock on the door. You need to take the fight to them. But if freaks try to get the move from this place, send a runner to get you. When that happens, you leg it back here around. Because if you don't, you'll be coming back to an ash pit. Got it? Everything seems clear so far. What else do you wish to discuss? So, the rift Peter left with its scythe. Yeah, to see from two, and it's gonna difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there is a half decent place set up crossing in Market Square. Not that anyone ever tried it to make it, sure. You've got to find to go across, and I think you're going to have to eventually. You might want to give this square once over. When do you think the demons are attacking it? Your guess is because it's mine. It might not be here. They could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin. They've lost the upper hand. We're going to push them back hard. If things kick off here, you should know after they attack. Some things could be changed beyond recognition. So, if you've got any business that needs taken care of, you better do it soon. Thanks for the warning. See you later. Watch yourself out. I'm going to talk to you.
Here we go.
The dwarf resembles a bear. Whose high crumbling walls are still holding fast. Whose empty lightness windows make it clear that all inside is dead. Oh, it's you. Good work there in the Grey Garrison. Name's Solon. If you heard any rumors about Ming's face, which looks like it has never known anything as carefree and smugness. Just so you know, everything people say about me it's true. I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the Storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? What do people say about you? I'll have to go. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor, as bad as I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned. A Queen Godfrey should have never spared me that I belonged on the gallows. More of his backstory and not. Why do they hate you so much? If you really don't know, so it gives you a lot more size. I'm the reason why the Crusades fell. Forces followed up in the fortress on the edge of the world, where instead of bringing fight to the demons, we used to have a foothold in the wound. The mighty unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, but all was my stupidity I gave the enemy a main cathedral. I was tired. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so. But the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I had done. So that's how I live, dedicated, decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. The dwarf shrugs. As you can see, I have fixed nothing, and I have earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? It wouldn't surprise me. Hmm. Hope you earn forgiveness. Some of these questions seem to probably won't matter. The whole city fell because of you. How is that possible? You mean how the knights answers at you from beneath this ground? If you don't trust the word of the condemned, go ask somebody else, like my little brother Duran. If you still don't believe it, what's it? If you are about to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace for the thousandth time, don't. Really have no friend. Don't have any friends. I couldn't have survived this long if I was completely alone. Duran, my little brother, he keeps me going. He never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters in the condemned soul themselves by thinking I've got stripped of my rank, but at least I'm not stunted. People say what he thinks people say. Mandatory seems to be the only person in the whole army who remembers that I'm a soldier and not a grudged. She has no about taking me into battle. She had the mud flung at her in the past, or so I hear. But that's why she tries to keep an open mind about people. It's no surprise that she's the only one to hold her under her senses of reason in this fast. So many years condemned. Surely you have paid your penance by now. That's not up to me to decide. My life is in the Queen's hands. He falls silent for a moment, and then, in a trembling voice, he adds, "The condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I have prayed to Turag for forgiveness. Countless times I have gone to his priests, and countless times I've knelt before his altar. If only Father of Dwarven kind would answer my prayers just once, not to restore what I lost, but just to tell me that I am still one of his children. But it seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from the mere mortals, when my own God doesn't think I deserve redemption?" I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the Storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? The Storyteller. Disappeared. Strange old fellow. That one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking me all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort. He just listened. At first I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible, but later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he is alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble, too. So if he's alone in the city, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Black Wing. It's a library here. I'll show you. It's on your map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf. He loves the place. He would sit there day and night. Oh, the library. Viewed. Go on. Then maybe we'll see each other again. Oh, let's talk to Miller. Miller looks at you, possibly toying with snake-shaped bone down from her pale neck. Noticing your glance, she flushes to a cold, barely there smile. "Greetings." It seems for a moment that she wants to say something, but the pause grows too long, and she slips back into a conscious silence. "Tell me about yourself. Where did you learn to wield a reaper so well? Young lady is quite unusual. Where did you get it? You don't belong in one party. You have to go." "Your amulet is quite unusual. Where did you get it?" "Oh, my little trinket. It's so nice for you to notice, but I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a babble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things?" "Where did you learn to lean creepy so well?" "Yes, a good teacher. They don't all get all the credit. I And the most diligent student, Camilla licks her parched lips. Tell me about yourself. You want to know more about me, then you already do. Why? Camilla arches her dainty. I talk to the spirits of the tormented lands, and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear that you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? Anyways, as much as I enjoy delightful conversation, spirits are calling me. I must respond. Please excuse me. Camilla turns away, watching you out of the corner. Here, finish talking to you. Your speech tells me you have no little art. Practice musical laughter. She watches you from under her lower lashes. You're most insightful, a quality to have. Camilla sings and spoken words in silence. Um, I suppose we all have good and bad qualities. I wouldn't have pegged you as a philosopher. Talk to you later.
I can handle it.
You take this. It's 2,000 coins. Take your payment. Remember that always keeps his word. You help me get back to the surface and my daily pay. Duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation, just looks at you with vanished disapproval. His arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. What do you mean a job for someone like me? Job of work? What kind of reward are we talking about? What do you mean for a job someone? Venture really? Ready to sell their soul for booze? Then right down drunk at the gutter? Or do you think you're somehow different? A travelling knight, perhaps noble, apart, without a coin to your name? Just gave me coins. What sizes you up in size and shrugs? You seem like ballet to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves. So, should I care what you do with your money, with my money, once you've got it? It seems like one of those people who think the entire world owes him something. You hear notes of his smoking arrogance. It's as though he's really quite nervous, taking great pain to conceal it. So what does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. You'll see. I have good reason to return to my mansion here. I still have, well, it doesn't matter. None of your business. The mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden, a wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and stay in the city had tried to get inside. Shudder to imagine the state of it is in now. Little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only knows what happened in a sense. Therefore, I'll ask you to meet me in the mansion there until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins if they have no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards, traitors. That's what they are. Also, please do take care of her with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. He is of noble birth after all. Noble birth does not give you the right to hope badly. I would ask that you refrain from such statements in future. He puts his hands on his hips. I really no one dares tell someone how to address the rabble. What kind of what are we talking about? 1,000 gold coins. She replies without hesitation. Yeah. See if I can roll on that. May not be able to. I'm gonna save it. Oh. Yeah. With that kind of money, I could hire Queen Godfrey herself. Guard me. 1,000. That's my final offer. Proceed to my mansion at once. Wait for you there. You didn't want me. I know the city like the back of my hand. Do hurry unless you want me to lower your reward. Guess I'm going to finish short for you. Strange figure tackles over the bar. Huge, brindly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equal parts lumpy and itched. Blood-filled eyes stare immensely at it. Glass in his large, clumsy hand looks dangerously. As if, yeah, one of those precious fingers would be enough to crush it. Gold medallion hanging around his neck. The medallion you're wearing, that's a sacred symbolism. Are you wearing? I'm a tavern keeper, best in the city, the best there's ever been. I pray to the best god there is. Who are you? The painter slowly takes a measure with his red eyes and finally, with a gentle sigh, says, Empire. Okay. Are you really vampire? Gives you a long push and then there's no just no. How did you end up in the Crusader City? How did anyone end up here? How did you Then, with a huge hand, Tavern open Reaper Keeper gestures up. Name tag group assembling in the room. The world is big, but it still is a place for everyone. People who are no longer alive anywhere else, they end up here. Any news in the city? There are demons everywhere, and you showed up. Are there any places in the city worth visiting? If you mean places that normal people usually stay away from, then there are plenty, like the Taxian wine cellar. This is for effect. Like the name of the place alone should make you quiver in fear. He once belonged to a Taxian trading house. The king Iveti came to power tax and properly started changing hands. Soon after, the cellar shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of him, mine, just his head. Obsarian? Had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger on the streets. They ended up on the gallows. King Iveti is up, so now the store stands empty and aflame. People say that a headless ghost wanders the place at night, meaning volition. After coming to the end of the story, usually long by his stands, the keeper takes a swig from his tankard. Just don't ask me if it makes any noise with no head. I wasn't there. I just tell it like I hear it. See no one for talking. Picture a lot. Show me what you have. Stolen. A bag of holding. Just what I need. I haven't even got trips yet. Yes. Like recipe. Identified everything. Is that a full timer? Yeah, well, money for that too. Oh well. Yeah. You know how perception is. Persuasion. By perception.
Can't make the demons wait.
A young man, well-worn travelling clothes, with a simple wooden symbol of a straw on his chest is effectually cutting a linen rope into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visual exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tunes about red braids with and rough shaves of wheat under his breath. He raises his warm, chestnut-coloured eyes to you, I, the Crusaders, thank you for defending those of us whose talents lie off the battlefield. I'm Eleanor, Seven of Estral. Please me. Uh, use the help of the cleric. Just to, I don't know, I said I'll be glad to help you, but it's no use. My spells are depleted and I have no training in potions or scrolls. See this robe I'm cutting up for bandages? It's the second to last one. Okay. What are you doing? I only took my holy orders recently, so my God has only bestowed a little of his power upon me as I yet. I'm sorry to say there are a number of wounded fighters in this tavern. It's beyond my power to heal, but there is a reason people say faith in the gods. But look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but can at least cut up bandages. Are you from around here? You know, just passing through Nabris. I was sailing down that old man of ours. Great selling rebel. To a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eves of the festival. I am now ashamed to say I had to stay for a day to enjoy myself, but I ended up staying in the city longer than I had been bargained for. Chili Creek, where's that? It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked on some maps, but people do live there. What they don't have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds, no one to offer prayers for a good catch, no one to give their dead a dignified burial. And world wound is a stone's throws away, so I'm setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my people. Once we head somewhere in that place, I'll be going there. If by the grace of God, good gods, we will survive this, come we should come visit sometime. You find the village here on the bank of the river. The breeze sparks the Chili Creek on your map. Are you, a young and experienced cleric, afraid to go to the border of the world? My life, I am afraid that. What can I do? Those villagers are simple people, like you and me. Every day of their short lives is spent doing hard and honest work. That's exactly the kind of life I want, something simple but meaningful. If I had centuries ahead of me, like elves and some other races do, I might spare some years or so to travel. The young man says with a smile. Maybe even 100. Maybe not, but I haven't had time to spare, so I want to spend my short life in the place where I need it most. Even if it's dangerous, especially if it's dangerous. You go. Still watching, okay. Okay. Little Fred, fragile looking elf sits in front of you, his eyes closed, his ghost is wrapped in a bloodstained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under the clothes, but even in such a miserable state, he manages to keep calm. He raises his eyes to meet yours. He says finally, I am forward, Warden Hayes, at your service. Our lips are resembled, reddened by blood, but you see no signs of pain or fear in his grey eyes. Ask him, does he need help? After giving him a cold, intense look, he shakes his head. Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer attended to me. Besides, I came from a resilient, hardy people. My body will eventually cure both the wound and poison delivered through that. Who are you? My name is. I come here from. Well, that's the Holden Place, yeah. Because I'm into all meanings of either. No, Corey, I won't say more than that. You know, we are strangers and of different races and cultures. I'd rather not tell you more than is necessary. Who wounded you? Sinister and from demons. Very hunter in this inhospitable place. I'm Lunica. Trust me, I like that help. After a brief pause, Vaughan says, it would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Who is your party here in Mendorf? I'd like to know more about it. I was hunting a fugitive by the name of Hensley. It pains me to admit that uh, horrendous malefactors such as her, my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in Canabras, and I wounded her. Then demons appeared, and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in battle. But matured and I couldn't free her soul from its service to the Dark Masters. Expresses no hatred as he speaks, only compassion and sorrow. Sorry if you were misfortunate. Things will turn out. Still, not that great of a hunter. So, there's no need to fear. Our ancient kind is blessed with great activity. Longing. We gain a deeper understanding of the world and other races. We learn our lessons better than anyone. Because we're learning from our mistakes as well. I see which needs I will be prepared. I'd like to know more about you. I don't hold anything back, nor nor do I. I made my way here. That is that I am still tell me more about yourself. Other people tend to believe identity is the same of a person's actions and the events that happen to them. For them, I want a long line of words who since his youth has dedicated himself to hunting evil and injustice. For them, I am a successful and careful huntsman who has tracked down and slain a great many monsters. I'm an elf. For me, my identity has a different meaning. It is shaped by the place where I'm born. That I love so deeply. I am shaped with what I find beautiful and what makes art quicken. The fears that come to me in the dead of night, things I find so intolerable, that is the sight of my hand, which is more than you and I have, I suppose, or I didn't choose to become a hunter of evil, because I am the son of a noble and proud nation. We are sometimes criticized for our arrogance, but no one dares doubt our crime is committed. We cannot turn a blind eye. If we abandon by obligations to oppose evil, if we were to surrender this obligation to other races, we would also be relinquished. And then this is the premises. Remind me, who is the crow that brought you to Bendiv? I was hunting a fugitive. A dark by the name of Kensa. Pains me to admit that there are numerous factors such as her among my noble hunters. I wish to aid you in your heart. Thank you, but it's my mission. I'm forced to face all my night terrors. I do appreciate your willingness to help. If you happen to meet, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls to the path of evil. Darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. Her lion will tell you that it is the agate skin, the excellence, yes, yeah, there of her blood-reddened eyes, the bestial teeth, is more monster than elephants. Oh wow, I'm not going to get that. Oh, good. A high roll. What does she look like again? Um, let's see if I can get her. Shit. Uh, oh, nope. Yes, got it. Alright. And then the skin is dark and you're naturally white. Red eyes can see perfectly in the dark, which you won't expect. I've come to know from experience, but it causes her pain, her behind pain. This an alchemist in powder and exploded in a dazzling flash, and she cried out as if I had stabbed her. It appears that this woman is a drow, races as dark or canvas elves. I have rarely seen on the surface, so it is a surprise to encounter. Let's go. Dark elf. How to save. Go to this girl. I'm gonna go have a quick break. Stop streaming for a little bit.